What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your two normal hosts, myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers, but a familiar face, a great friend of the program. We have Hefe Picks with us again. He's been killing it every time he comes on, so you know we had to bring him back and get us the winners. Hefe, how's it going today?
Fellas, thank you for having me back. Looking forward to it. Going great. Last week, baseball is upon us. Somehow that happened fast.
Yep.
Let's see what we got ahead of us, because boy, am I ready for some playoffs.
I am as well, and we've made it to the midweek. I know a lot of people like the ends of the weeks and the weekend for all the football plays that we have and all the football games to bet on, but this show was built on MLB. We've been giving the boys winners all year long. We're going to continue to do that. JD, before I go over to you, we have a couple of our friends in the comments. We have Moneyline Hacks, our Friday UFC/MMA expert/NFL expert, Joe from Moneyline Hacks. The guy's an absolute killer. We look forward to seeing you on Friday, Joe. Thanks for stopping in. And speaking of Joe, we have our other Joe here who's saying, "What's up, boys?" Joe, we appreciated all the comments yesterday. Keep them coming today. We are here to read them and answer any questions that you boys have. JD, I'm sorry. Now we can go to you. How are you today?
Man, I am doing absolutely great. We came on the show yesterday and we said Bills, 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 and that was just a blowout and actually no sweat win. So
Awesome. And quickly, I do have to go back to the comments. Joe, I had no idea you are Wear My Cup. You are one of the longtime followers I have. It's great to see you again and great to see you in here, brother. JD, last night was a dream. There's no other way to put it. I believe every show that was given out on this play was a cash. All my baseball swept. Both my NFL plays swept. I know that you cashed all your plays as well. And we had Ben on yesterday who came in off a 10-0 day. I know that he went 5-1 overall. The only one that he lost was a baseball play. So he came on here and gave the winners too. The boys are freaking hot right now, and we're about to dive into today's slate. Are you fellas ready to break down the first game of the day, which is going to be the Rays, who are visiting the Tigers? This game starts in just over an hour. It's the early game today. Pitching for the Rays is Ryan Pepiot. Pepiot's coming in 8-6 with a 3.64 ERA. On the other side, we have Tariq Skubal, potential, probable AL Cy Young Award winner. He's coming in 17-4 with a 2.4 ERA. Hefe, as our special guest, we'll let you kick this one off. What do you like about the Rays Tigers today?
Rays Tigers, like you said, 1 o'clock start. What I like about this is that Tariq Skubal's starting. That's what I like about it. How can you not? This guy locked up. Cy Young has to be. This guy's pitching phenomenally. Kudos to the Tigers. They, at one point in the season, I don't know when, I believe it was the June, July, they had like a 2% chance to make the playoffs. And now look at that. They are ahead of the Twins by a game. They got Skubal on the mound tonight. He's 9-1 at home. He's only lost one game since June. This Tampa team, are they technically eliminated yet? No, right? Mathematically speaking, they're still alive, but
they're out. They're out.
With that being said, last night Skubal actually did pitch against the Tampa once before. 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 9 Ks. I'm looking at a first 5 here, guys. I'm going to take the under 3.5 minus 130 odds here. Just think it's going to be low scoring. I do think the Tigers get the win, but that money line is too rich for my blood. So I'm going to go with under 3.5 first 5 innings.
I get that. And this is a crazy low total. JD, you know when I look at totals, I love to see that 6.5 line. In this game, we are seeing a 6.5. But to me, I'm not sure I want to play the over here. I didn't want to talk it out with the fellas. The Tigers are right in the playoff mix. They are exactly tied with the Royals. This team needs to win. Meanwhile, I know that the Rays may not be technically eliminated, but at 78-78, they're 4 games back in the final wildcard spot. In all senses, they are eliminated. I know we talk on the show that we like to take teams that are fully in the hunt. The Tigers are home. They're pitching their ace. Do we trust them to get multiple runs in this game? Do you think they can get the minus 1.5? JD, I'll go to you. What do you think? And what angle are you looking at?
You know, to me, yeah, this is a clear, actually, like Tigers spot. You know, but as far as the market actually knows that, and actually like it's priced like actually that. Just to kind of like go like back here a little bit though, the Tigers have been playing good ball. I believe they're 7-3 their actual last 10 games, and actually they're right here in it now. You know, the Royals have just fallen apart. I believe the Royals are like 2-8, and
Crazy.
they've just completely lost this. Like, I mean, like I personally think they're actually done for now. Like, I mean, like they've been on a slide here for a while.
The Royals have actually legitimately lost their cutting off 7 games in a row. It's actually impressive.
Yeah.
And JD, we were talking about this last week. We thought that they and the Twins were going to be battling it out. We thought that this was going to be a division that's going to go all the way to the end, and it's clearly not done that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm actually shocked here. But just like you said, I don't see this as a high scoring game. So the Tigers run line, that's how I would have regularly played it. But in this type of game, I don't feel good backing that. So maybe as a parlay piece. But besides that, I'm probably just going to actually lay off.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly, JD. When you look at how Tampa Bay's done in their last couple games as well, they're on a 4-game winning streak. All their games are low scoring, however. They did beat Toronto 4-3, and that had 7 runs, which would go over this total. But before their last game on the 22nd, 3-2 win, 1-0 win, 2-0 win, 2-1 win. So their games have been really low scoring. Tigers have won 4 out of 5 as well. So both teams are playing hot. My ghost in my house is back, so let me turn the TV off. And guys, what I'm going to be taking in this game is going to be the Tigers minus the 1.5. I know that we were just saying we don't really like it. And Tampa Bay has been playing well. However, this is a spot where I do think Tariq Skubal is going to show up. This is probably the biggest game of his career. They need to win basically 80% of their remaining games. And if this guy is as good as he is, if he's as hyped as he is, has all the backing that he has, I really do think that we are going to see him show up today. I like the under as well, but my official play is going to be the Tigers minus 1.5, and you can currently get that at a plus 120, so a plus money play. Over to the chat. Joe is on the NRFI. I do like that a lot. I think this one is going to be a low-scoring game, and he says he hates backing juice lines, and you'll take the Tigers live. I respect that. I like to do that a lot, too, and wait till it's live. I do feel, though, that it may be tough to get a live spot on the Tigers today because I don't think the Rays are going to be able to put up a lot of runs on Skubal early. So the line actually might get worse if you take that method today. Be careful while doing that. If it gets too crazy, just don't even touch it. We have a ton of other games on the slate. Let's keep it moving right along, guys, to the second game on the slate. Hefe, we got our boys playing tonight. We have the biggest series of the year for us as well. Orioles coming into town to take on the Yankees. Pitching for the Orioles is Dean Kramer. Kramer's coming in 7-10 with a 4.19 ERA. On the other side, Clark Schmidt. Schmidt's coming in 5-4 with a 2.3 ERA. Yanks big favorites here, Hefe. You're backing the boys. You like the Orioles. What are you looking at?
Well, let's give all of our viewers a little look at what the situation is, right? Yeah, this was supposed to be the series of the year. This was supposed to be every game, every pitch, every inning mattered so much. And now it's not. Why? Because the Yankees have found themselves in their last 6 games 5-1, coming off sweep of the A's, and the Orioles cannot put 2 wins back together. The Yankees are now up, 6 games with 6 to go, meaning that they just have to win 1 game. That's it. If I'm the Yankees, I'm going for it tonight. I need that win. I want the division locked. I want to be able to rest some people, get everybody ready, lock up the division and get moving. But when I looked into the numbers between these two pitchers, they actually faced off against each other once. Kramer's already seen the Yankees twice, giving up an opponent's batting average of only 205. Schmidt in his 1 game, 6 innings, a 158 opponent's batting average. Both these pitchers pitched well against the opposing lineup. Give me the under 8.5 here, minus 110 odds. I do think that there is a certain level of just anticipation from the Yankee side of we just need 1. And then there's kind of like that back against the wall feeling for the Orioles where it's like, whatever. If we lose 1 today, tomorrow, the next day, we know we're making the playoffs. So it's like a weird spot to be. Give me the under 8.5 here.
I respect that. I am a little nervous, though, with the under because of Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer does tend to get hit. I know he's pitched well against the Yankees in the past, which is a great point that you brought up. However, I've seen this guy pitch numerous times, and it seems like every time he goes out there, he's getting rocked. I mean, he does have a 7-10 record on one of the better teams in baseball. He has a 4.2 elevated ERA, and even on the road, he does have a losing record as well at 4-5. The angle that I'm going to take on this game is that the Yankees bats have been hot. I'm going to continue to play the hot bats, and I'm taking the Yankees team total over 4.5. I do know it's a high team total, but I do think the Yankees will score today. So Hefe, we're looking for a 5-0 Yankees shutout, maybe a 6-1. That way we can get the team total and you can cash that under. JD, what are you looking at?
Yeah, the O's technically have a chance here, but they really don't. They've been, actually, like down the actual stretch here, they've been playing some bad ball, which is actually kind of shocked me too. That's just not the team that I actually thought they actually would be here.
Yep.
And actually, then on the other side, the Yankees have been playing absolutely great. And this is the game where they can go ahead and take the O's out.
Yep.
And tonight, I think that they do. Kramer, I just do not trust him. Tonight, for me, this sets up to where the Yankees just absolutely smack him.
I love that.
And then, as far as the model, it has this priced as far as actually minus 176. The money line for me is a little too much just to play, but I am going to take the Yankees on the -1 line.
What odds are you currently getting on that?
I'm getting that at minus 112.
Good odds there, -1. So as long as they win, you're at least getting a push. I think the Yankees will score a ton of runs. So let's see the Yankees win this game, even 7-0. Then we will all be happy when we talk about this tomorrow. Quickly over to the comments. Again, Nick Castrucci's in here. Don't you guys forget, he is giving away a free month membership to the VIP in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. Make sure you guys tap the link. It's free to get in the Discord, but there's also a VIP section. He's giving away a free month of VIP. So get in there. There's a free contest to enter today. Big shout out to Nick for doing that. Shout out to Freeze, who's in the comments. We appreciate you tuning in, bro. And Joe is saying every time he takes it under in a Yankee game, it heats up once the starting pitching leave. Well, that's because the Yankees have the worst bullpen in baseball, in my opinion. They consistently get lit up when the pitchers leave.
Luke Weaver
and that's
great, though.
Luke Weaver's look great. I know we have this debate all the time, Hefe. Personally, I just think the downfall of this Yankees team when they get in the playoffs is going to be the bullpen. That kind of puts towards what I was saying, kind of shows that they do that frequently. However, let's see runs in this game by the Yankees side. Let's keep it moving, fellas, to the next game we have on the slate, which is going to be the Mets, who are visiting the Braves. Pitching for the Mets, Luis Severino. Sevy is coming in 11-6 with 3.79 ERA. On the other side, Spencer Schwellenbach. Schwellenbach coming in 7-7 with a 3.61 ERA. Hefe, big game. Mets have been unbelievable. They're 87-69. Great second half for this team, taking on a Braves team that has been rather disappointing this year. They are 85-71. They are charging late, but it just has not looked like a typical Braves year. Both teams coming in 4-1 over the last 5, so both teams are getting hot, dialing it up, trying to get into the playoffs. Hefe, what do you like?
This is by far the series of the next few days, right? I mean,
oh yeah,
so many things can shift and change based upon just even how this game goes tonight. Like you said, Mets, I think, have been the best team in baseball since June or July. Braves, so many injuries that they're trying to overcome, and I give them a lot of credit for, staying in the race. Chris Sale, what a hell of a resurgence here from him. Tonight, though, really interesting pitching matchup. Sevy's been good for the Mets, man. He's pitched against his Braves team twice. He's 3.6 ERA into 2 games, 4 earned runs altogether into 2 games. But Schwellenbach in his 1 game versus the Mets, 7 innings, 0 runs, 2 hits, and that game was on the road, just like I believe tonight is. It's in New York.
It's in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta.
Oh, so this one's in Atlanta. Great. I'm going to take the Braves here. I know. It's just how I feel. I'm going to take them on the money line. I got it at minus 145, I believe. I like the Braves. Both these teams are 4-1 in their last 5. Both are hot. Still no Lindor for the Mets. Somehow they're still producing wins.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Seriously. I'm taking the Braves though. They need to get this win. Much more on the line for the Braves to win this first game at home of this series than it is for the Mets.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to go over here. So when you take a look at the NL wildcard, there are 3 teams that make it. Obviously, now Padres are leading at 90 and 66. I think they're safe to make it. And then there's a tie for the final 2 spots. These teams are both tied for it. They're both in, which is the Mets and the D-backs at 87 and 69. But then you look at the Braves. The Braves are 2 games out right now, and they're facing the team that's right above them. They are home. They need this game. I've been a big Mets backer lately. I've been a big Severino backer in the past, but this game is all about the Braves. They need this game. The season is on the freaking line. If they lose this series, they're out. They need to win the series, and quite frankly, they need to pretty much win all the games of this series. So give me the Braves. I think they get it done. And an interesting fact about this series, tonight will be the 11th game between them this year. They're dead even at 5-5. So they played each other very well. I think the Braves are going to have to get it done tonight, and they will find a way. Too many talented players to not get it done. JD, our local Braves guy, what are you thinking?
Yeah, man, like the whole season, it comes down actually to this. You know what? And just like you said, a sweep here would actually do them very, very well. And I think that they have a very good shot here. I think their toughest game is actually probably going to be this game. And I honestly love them here. You know, as far as the series price, I actually thought about that, and I looked around, and most books have the Braves are in the -160 range. So which for me, that definitely makes sense. And yeah, tonight, Sevy, he actually has been pitching well, but actually him on the road, there's where I tend to not trust him actually quite as much. And yeah, then on the other side, y'all know I cannot say my dude's name. Wellenbach. But actually, he is my dude though. And actually, he's been pitching great. And I just see it happening. Actually, again here, this actually is a playoff game.
Yes, well put.
So with that, I also lean under, especially the first 5 under. But I am going to be playing Braves here.
All right, all 3 of us. It's a family 3-pack on the Braves. I do have one question for the 2 of you guys. Joe in the comments is asking us about Spencer Schwellenbach's prop. And the next thing that he put out there was he threw 11 strikeouts last time out, and the line is currently at 5.5. JD, I think you know what I'm going to say. Nope, we are not playing that strikeout prop. We've seen it time and time and time again. We've gone over it on the show time and time again. When a guy has a career game in strikeouts, the next start, he tends to never get over his strikeout total. We've seen that time and time again this year. I do not recommend playing that, especially in a game of this magnitude. It's like a playoff game. The nerves are going to be intensified. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I don't think there's going to be a crazy amount of strikeouts on either side. How do you boys feel about that?
Yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And also because this is like a playoff game, if he gets into any trouble whatsoever, he is actually going to get yanked. So,
short leash.
Yeah. So yeah, the strikeout prop, I would definitely stay off.
I think all 3 of us are on the same boat. Let's move it right along, fellas. And guys, before I enter the next game, I do just want to point out, we picked out these specific games because each one of these games does have playoff implications. We don't like to bet on games that doesn't matter for any of the teams. We like to look for an edge, which games mean something, and every single one of the games we're talking about today has playoff implications. So that being said, the next game we are talking about is going to be the Miami Marlins, who are taking on the Minnesota Twins. Twins are coming in 81 and 75. Pitching for the Marlins is going to be Ryan Weathers. Weathers is 3-6 with a 3.94 ERA. Pitching for the Twins, Bailey Ober. Ober is 12-7 with a 3.84 ERA. Guys, the standings are close. Minnesota needs wins badly. They are 1 game out behind Detroit and Kansas City. Do we think that they are going to be able to get in this race, win the game? They have the team they're playing. They should win these games, but the odds are pretty crazy on betting them straight up. Hefe, what angle are you looking at on this Marlins-Twins game?
This is simple. Backs against the wall for Minnesota. They're at home. Marlins are eliminated. 3rd worst road team in the major leagues. They've only won 27 games overall on the road all year long. Ober on the mound for the Twins, 7-3 at home. Much better pitcher at home than he is on the road. the Twins don't just have to win this game; they have to go out and prove something to themselves because of where they are in the standings. Give me the Twins on the run line, -1.5, -110 up.
Short and sweet. I like it. Good points there. JD, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, yeah, the actually like exact same thing. I think that's just such a clear twin spot. You know, just actually like we had said, the Royals have once again they are just losing games, and now the Twins are right back there. And yeah, the Marlins, you know, they are them.
Yep.
But as far as actually Weathers goes, he actually came back and made his first start the last time out here, and he definitely got hit up. I believe it was against the Dodgers. So I mean, like, you know, it is them. So I mean, like, it actually makes sense. But he was definitely not good though. This is a spot where I have priced at actually -255. And for me, compared to where the money line price is, compared to where the run line price is, the run line at actually -110, you're actually getting a really good price there. So yeah, I actually absolutely love this.
I have a question for both of you guys. So we went over a game that's very similar to this. Similar implications, similar teams are facing, and that was the Rays versus the Tigers tonight. Would you guys recommend a money line parlay of the Twins and the Tigers, both teams we both seem to like? We both think they're going to win, and then maybe you take a little bit of risk out by not playing the 1.5 in each game. The parlay currently comes out to +115. What do you guys think? JD, I'll start with you. Do you think that's an angle that you would like to attack, or do you like both plays straight up at the -1.5?
You know, that actually was my plan. When I first broke these games down and actually did everything, there was my play. And then after just looking into it a little more, the Tigers, that's going to be a really tight game. It really should be. And to me, this twin spot, like I said, it is just such a clear twin spot, and actually that's why I am just going Twins.
I feel the same way you are. I'm going to be taking the Twins on the run line is one of my best bets for sure. It's going to have more units for me. That's why I did not make it a money line parlay, because I am going to have more units on this Twins -1.5 than I will have on the Tigers 1.5. Hefe, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I agree. It's also something about this Tigers game starting at 1 o'clock in about 30 minutes here, right? Like, it's kind of just staring at you in the face. You have pretty much the locked up AL Cy Young winner going. It's almost like too good to be true type of deal. And that's kind of why I wouldn't put it in a money line parlay. Not saying that I wouldn't lay off that game in any different side, but I would just keep it to that singular game.
Respect it. I like all the way we're all approaching this, and I agree. I think we are playing it separately for good reasons here. Fellas, we've made it to our final breakdown of the day, which is going to be the Padres taking on the Dodgers. Both teams, 90-win teams already. Padres coming in 90-66. Dodgers coming in 93-63. Pitching for the Padres is JD's favorite pitcher, Michael King. Michael King is coming in 12-9 with a 3.04 ERA. He's done JD well this year. I can tell you that from experience. He's also done me well this year, so I'm also a big Michael King guy. Pitching for the Dodgers is Landon Knack. Knack is coming in 3-4 with a 3.39 ERA. So, boys, the Padres have the clear pitching advantage here, but the Dodgers are slight favorites. The Dodgers are home. Both teams are pretty much locked into their playoff seeding where they're going to be. I'll let JD, you haven't started yet. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, just actually like you just said, as far as King, I am a big King guy. You know, and as far as against this Dodgers team, he has actually pitched well. And as far as tonight goes, tonight's a big game here. And I actually really think that actually he can hold them down. While on the other side, I actually think that Knack probably gets hit up here. It's just one of those games. I just have a feeling. I don't really. I mean, as far as the actual model goes, I have the Padres favored very, very small. So the stats really don't show anything, but it's just a feeling I have. I just really think the Knack is gonna get hit. So yeah, for me, I definitely like the Padres here. Looking here, I can get them actually at a +106. I really like that. But I do have a prop here in this game that I absolutely love.
Okay.
And actually, we will be talking about that soon.
All right, so that's going to be coming up in best bets and a little cliffhanger. This is our last breakdown, so I promise you guys won't have to wait too long for it. Hefe, will go to you before I finish out the final breakdown. Quickly, though, I do want to say the Padres and Dodgers are both coming in hot. Both teams have won 4 out of 5, but the Padres did just sweep the lowly White Sox. Hefe, had to get that in. What do you got in this game?
So I also kind of see it the same way. I think the Padres could squeeze this one out. 5-1 versus the Dodgers in their last 6 games. Here's an interesting stat for you, though. So these two teams have played 10 games in total. Padres are 7-3 in those 10 games, right? But 5 of those games have went over today's projected total of 8.5, so 9 runs. Padres have won every single one of those games where the total has went over today's projected total. I'm going to go with the over here. I think Nat can get hit up. I don't think King is perfect, and I definitely think this Dodger lineup can get to him once or twice. I see a over 8.5, and I see a Padres win too, but I'm going to make my official pick over 8.5, minus 105 odds.
Hefe, I should have went before you because that's my exact play as well. I absolutely love the over in this game, and it is going to be a best bet for me. I lean the Padres with JD as well, but I do think that this one is going to go to the over, and that's exactly what I am going to play. You guys broke this game down beautifully, but we have seen Nat get hit pretty hard, and this team does fight when Nat gives up runs. He could give up 4 or 5 runs in games, but they can still end up winning the game because of how powerful their offense is. Padres' offense has been red hot as well, so I think we're definitely going to see a ton of runs in this game and be able to cash that over. Boys, before we go to best bets and our outlier play of the day, I have one question for you. Footy, I see your first comment. I'm not putting that on the screen, but your second comment is definitely good to be put on the screen. Do we think Ohtani gets 60? 3 games at Colorado remaining. That's a great point. Playing against Colorado in Colorado is going to be a great kind of ballpark for him to get there. I'll let JD start. Do you think he gets 60?
I mean, sure. I mean, that guy just seems like he can do actually like anything. So, I mean, yeah.
I do not. He's currently sitting at 53, but when you go into a place like Colorado, he could hit 3 a game potentially. So, and I will say, Hefe, I don't know if you agree with me. If he does officially pass Aaron Judge for the year, I'll be very upset. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I do not think Ohtani's going to go over 60. What do you think, Hefe?
Nah, I don't think so either. I mean, by that time, those 3 games, who knows how much he even plays in those 3 games. Looks like the Dodgers are neck and neck with the Phillies for the first seed, so they're pretty much locked into a bye. Probably get a bunch of their players, off, especially their day-to-day guys, off their legs for the last few to start prepping for whoever they got to see in the DS. So, I don't think he has anything to prove to anybody at this point. But the man has had a historic season. That doesn't need to be even spoken about. But no, I don't think if he got 60 home runs and already has surpassed 50 stolen bases, I don't even know what to do. Give him 2 MVP awards.
100%. 100%. And then we have to yell at the Yankees GM, Brian Cashman, for not signing him yet again. But I digress. He's been unbelievable. He's been fun to watch. Boys, it's about that time for our outlier play of the day. JD, I have a question. How did our play do yesterday?
1.
That's all I needed you to say. We won, so we're here to do it again. Guys, we say it every show. Outlier is the best app to find great information on props. We found another one for you. And if you guys do want to get in on Outlier, the discount code will be posted on the MoneyBall Metrics page. You can get a discount to join and keep winning on these props like we are. Today's play, we are taking Fernando Tatis over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's been absolutely killing this as of late. In his last 5 games, he has hit this all 5 times, so he's been hot, and he's going up against that pitcher, Knack, like we talked about, that he should have a real advantage on. I really think he's going to soar over this number. I think he will truthfully have 3 or 4, and we are going with this for our official outlier play of the day. Boys, it's about that time. The people are still here. We have about a little over 1,000 here, and it's time to give them our best bets. Hefe, as our special guest, we have to start with you. Do you have 1? Do you have 2? Do you have 3? How many do you have for the people?
I got 3, 2 that we spoke about, and 1 little special cherry on top that we didn't.
All right.
Braves money line, minus 145 odds. Backs against the wall for the Braves. This game, they absolutely need it. That crowd's going to be energized. Schwellenbach, the starting pitcher for them, pitched really well against the Mets last time he was out there. So give me the Braves on the money line. Twins versus the Marlins. Twins on the run line. Their Marlins are bad. Even worse on the road. 3rd worst in the MLB. Obear 7-3 at home. That's where the Twins find themselves. They got to prove something to themselves. They can't just win. They got to win by a lot tonight. And then the last one, the game that we did not talk about, Mariners Astros. Believe it or not, still something to play for both of these teams. And the Astros, from Beer Valdez on the mound tonight, not been good against the Mariners this year. 0-2, 5.29 ERA in those two starts. No Yordan Alvarez for the rest of this series, and he leads the team in home runs, RBIs, and batting average. Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners, top 10 in strikeouts with already 200 on the year. Mariners money line plus 115 odds. Keep their season alive for just one more night. By the way, they're only 1.5 out of that third wild card spot, believe it or not.
It's crazy. The AL wild card right now is insane. I know that the Rays are not technically eliminated, but when you see there are two teams at 82 and 74 in the final two spots, and then you have two teams at 81 and 75, then you have the Red Sox at 79 and 78 and the Rays at 78 and 78. And then unfortunately, you keep looking down and you see the Texas Rangers well eliminated at 74 and 82, but this AL East wild card is crazy. You're definitely right about not AL East wild card, the AL wild card. And guys, I'll go over my best bets for the night as well. Similar to Hefe's, I'm all over the Braves and the money line. Currently on FanDuel, it's minus 135, so that's exactly what we are going to be playing. Second favorite play is going to be the Yankees team total over 4.5 at minus 104 tonight. I think they're going to get to Dean Kramer pretty early. And my final best bet is the one I think all the boys are going to have in their best bets, which is the Twins minus 1.5. JD, over 1,000 here, all waiting for your best bets. What you got?
Yeah, let's go with the Twins. The Twins on the run line here at minus 110. Then for the second best bet, it's really tough trying to choose here. Let's go ahead and do it, y'all.
There it is.
A hard hat.
Give me the Braves. Give me on the money line. You can get them currently right now at minus 135.
Love it. Well, boys, it's been a phenomenal show. JD's got the hard hat on, and Hefe, we have to thank you for coming on. If you guys are not following Hefe Picks on Twitter, then what the hell are you doing? Go follow him. He gives out winners all the time, and he's a great friend of the show. We greatly appreciate you. JD, I don't have anything to say about you. Everyone knows who you are. Let's continue winning, guys. Let's keep killing it, and we will see everyone back tomorrow. JD, say goodbye to the people.